Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my house. Come on in.
So I've recently moved to Manchester, so I'm officially a Mancunian, and I live in Manchester with my husband and 3 beautiful girls. Growing up in Birmingham was amazing. I grew up in a household where I was actually the firstborn female for a whole generation. My father, their 6 brothers. Both genders were encouraged to seek education, and women were given the same platform as men.
Right, we're just about to head to Guidance Hub. I've got a really long day. I start at 4 and I finish my class at 10:30. So in order to get through the day, we need a really, really strong cup of coffee. Can I get 4 French vanilla lattes, please? The wait and the anticipation is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a really nice day.
You too.
Bye. All right.
So at school, I really enjoyed the sciences, and I decided I wanted to pursue a career in science, and my favorite subject was chemistry. I went to university and I studied applied industrial chemistry. It was actually during university that I really went through this phase of self-discovery, and that's really the phase in my life where I believe that change occurred. And I understood the importance of not only secular education, but also Islamic education. It was then that I started a course that was run locally. It was a 3-year course, and we studied the basics of our religion. And it was through this that this spark ignited, and I wanted to go and I wanted to study more. During this time period that I had a chance to sit with Sheikh Muhammad al-Yaqubi, and he said to me, "Right, Noshin, I want you to come to Damascus and study Islam and further your education." And subhanAllah, 6 weeks later, I was on a plane to Damascus, not knowing where I was going to stay, what I was going to study. I just took that leap. It was very different studying Islam in Damascus compared to studying at university. And because I had freshly just left university, I was really used to that secular model of studying. We had to go to the teachers, walk sometimes, catch 2-3 buses just in order to attain one lesson for 20 minutes with a certain teacher. It was a very beautiful experience in itself that we were there in Damascus trying to seek knowledge, and everything wasn't handed to us in a plate like it is in a university environment. That experience in Damascus is really what molded me and made me into whom I am today. Life in Syria was amazing. It was probably one of the most phenomenal experiences I've ever had, and as I said, the one thing that united us all was Islam and the study of Islam. It was while studying the Quran that I actually fell in love with the Quran, and I knew this is what I wanted to do and this is what I wanted to spend my life doing. And it's through that recitation, learning the correct recitation of the Quran, I really understood the worth and the importance of this subject. I believe where I am today is because of the barakah, the blessings that the noble Quran has brought into my life. So alhamdulillah, after 2.5 years of studying Damascus, I came back to England and my mom and dad had found me a potential suitor. And alhamdulillah, we both liked each other, wanted to marry each other, so we got married. For the first 5 years, we really dedicated time to each other. We got to know one another, got to know each other's families. We had 3 beautiful daughters, Maryam, Amin and Khadija. And really we dedicated that time to each other to grow.
Because of my wife's qualifications from Syria, there was a demand, to be honest, for a teacher who can basically go out there and basically put what she's learned to practice. It's meant me taking on extra responsibilities with the children as well, but also encouraging her to do what she's good at as well, and it's worked out really well.
I would say my husband is my greatest support, and my mom.
And your mom, yeah, definitely your mom.
So one of the projects I'm involved in Manchester is Guidance Hub. My involvement in Guidance Hub is as a teacher. I am the lead when it comes to female-led projects. Guidance Hub and other institutes such as Guidance Hub are really beautiful in the sense that, you know, they are giving a platform to women. And I believe that, subhanAllah, through me being there on the forefronts, I will be able to pave the way for our future generation. I'm not going to say it's easy being a mother, being a wife, being a daughter, to be part of these initiatives. But we can all sit back and speak about discrimination, or we can get up and do something about it. And I believe it's through this struggle that we will be able to have equal contribution within our Islamic establishments. When it comes to teaching the Quran al-Kareem, I'm very passionate about it. One of my students said, when you teach the Quran, you have shiddah, but when you don't teach the Quran and you're normal, you have rikhawa. Meaning that when you teach the Quran, you have that strictness, and that strictness is there for a very good reason, because the Quran demands perfection and it demands the best that you have to give. And inshallah, one of the things I do, I pray I do, is bring out that within the students. I want them to be the best that they can be. One of the things that the Quran will bring out in you is that ability to always strive for perfection and strive to be the best that you can be. The advice I would give to women who are looking to study the sacred science, and not only study the sacred science, but to get involved in the Islamic institutes, is to really take that initial step. That initial step is sometimes not taken out of fear, because we fear that our households are going to suffer, our children are going to suffer. But if we're not going to do anything about it, then who is? If you have those fundamental understanding and you have that fundamental knowledge of Islam, then inshallah it's something that you're going to instill in your children from a very young age. I would advise our women to really go out and study Islam, because like I said, you're nurturing a whole generation. So for you to be educated is very important. And in the same breath, I would advise the men to be supportive of their women. So inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to really encourage one another and to really allow us to support one another and allow us to be the means of goodness for one another. It's a wrap.